Ms. Transforce 96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys product. This time it is the Toy Fair exclusive Ghost Rider from the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So this is quite an exciting reveal. This is something that isn't a complete surprise, as we did get a teaser for it like a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So that was surprising to see that they were going to make him, and now finally getting the official reveal of the figure is very cool. So just to start off, I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I did when it first came on. I think I watched the first season, but I just kind of stopped. In my opinion, it's really not that great. You know, it's pretty cable TV-like, in my opinion, at least at the time that I was watching it. So obviously, I haven't seen Ghost Rider in the show. I've seen pictures of him, but I actually haven't seen him in the show. So I'm really just going to be talking about this from a toy perspective, as well as just, you know, knowing him from the comics. Overall, I think that he looks very cool in the show. I will say that he looks pretty awesome and not quite TV show budget, which is nice. So I think that it is very cool that Hot Toys is making a figure of him, even though it's just from a TV show. But going over it, starting off with the head sculpt. The head sculpt is vicious. I really do love it, I have to say. I think it is very cool. I like the skull, how like elongated it is. It's very stylized. It doesn't look like a human skull. It looks you know, altered and in some ways cartoonish, but in a good way. You know, I think that looks very cool. I like how skinny the skull is and how long the jaw goes. I think it's very neat, and it again looks very vicious. I think that's the perfect word for it. His beady little you know, glowing eyes look awesome. I believe he'll have a light in the head. If he doesn't, he certainly should. But it does look very cool. Like this, that's a sick shot right there, I have to say. I'm absolutely in love with the head sculpt. I love the way that the flames kind of wrap around the top of his skull. I think that's very cool as well. And the fire in general, I think, does look very nice. I'm hoping that it looks nice in any light, and, you know, I hope that it's not just because this has spotlights on it, that it's really making the fire glow and look cool, and then when you get it in person and you just have it in your, like, room or something, that it looks, you know, lame. I'm hoping that's not the case, but overall it does look very nice. At whatever Toy Fair is next, I mean, this might be at San Diego Comic-Con, we'll be able to see it in kind of somewhat normal lighting, so that will be nice to kind of get a good idea of how it's going to look in person. The jacket, I think, is very nice as well. It does look good. The pants, you know, just kind of jeans and shoes. Not a whole lot going on in the costume itself, but I still think that it looks very nice. And what's nice about having the very mild costume is that it allows for the head sculpt to pop like so much, so that is very cool. So, you know, even though the costume's not too extravagant, it allows for the head just to be the main attraction of the figure, which is very nice. Going over his accessories, he comes with a decent amount of stuff. Again, I don't watch the show, so maybe there's some other stuff that he could have come with, but for me, it looks like he comes with just about everything, other than one thing that I will talk about. You get the base, which looks nice. You get a nice Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, which does have the chain on it to kind of make it exclusive to Ghost Rider, basically. It comes with an array of hands. One of them is pointing, which I do think is very neat, and then a couple of hands that are meant specifically for holding fire, which is very cool. He comes with two chains. One's clean, and then one is kind of a black and orange kind of mixture to make it look like it's kind of, you know, red hot, you know, it's like on fire, you know. I think that's very neat. And he does also have an array of fire accessories. One of those accessories can hang at the end of the chain, this one right here. These two are for the hands, and then I'm not sure what these are for. You know, this might be like, that might be the fire from his head. I doubt it, but it might be, or it might just be a bigger fireball for his hand. And then this lawn thing, I don't know if that's like for his shoulders or if that's for the chain. I really don't see any pictures of him where his shoulders are on fire or anything, but overall that's kind of neat. You know, I wish that they gave you specific examples of where all that fire is supposed to go, because I can't tell in some places. The chains are obviously real as well, so you can pose them realistically. There's no wire in them, though. It would be very cool if they gave you a second chain which actually had a wire in it, so you could do some really extreme poses. That would be awesome. Overall, I think this looks like a tremendous figure, to be honest. It is lacking the head sculpt of the actor playing him, and I have seen a few people complain about that on Facebook. Personally, I don't think that is necessary at all. Now, again, I don't watch the show, so I don't have an attachment with him as an actor or anything like that, but this is a TV show figure. I just, you know, a TV show actor I don't think really deserves a head sculpt, considering this is the main look. I mean, when he's just a guy in a biker jacket. You know, who cares? It's the skull on fire that makes this Ghost Rider, basically. So personally, just from the form of media that it's from, I don't think it deserves it. And then based on the fact that, you know, that head sculpt is nobody's gonna ever display him like that. You know, it'll always be Ghost Rider. So personally, I don't mind that he doesn't come with a head sculpt in the slightest. Whether they will do more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. figures, I doubt it. I really don't see them doing anybody else. Obviously, they've already done Coulson, but from the movies, not the show. So, yeah, I would think that this is the only Ghost Rider, or the only Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. figure we're going to get. I'm perfectly fine with that, because, again, I'm not a big fan of the show. But overall, I think this looks like a tremendous figure. If I plan to get it, I don't plan to get it simply because of the character. You know, I've never been a huge Ghost Rider fan from the comics, and I have no attachment from him on the show. However, just from the figure standpoint, it looks awesome. Like, if there was a way that I could get this on a discount where I could, like, feel really good about buying it, I would be all for it, I have to say. But obviously, that's not going to happen, especially with this being an exclusive figure. So I think I'm going to pass it, although it's a bit of a hard pass, I will say, because this looks like a sweet figure just from a figure standpoint alone, and its articulation actually looks really good as well. So there you go, that's my thoughts on this Toy Fair exclusive Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider figure. There will be 3 Toy Fair exclusives. One is Shades, which is a repaint of Iron Man. I'm not going to talk about that one because it's just a repaint of Shotgun. Then there's also an updated version of the Armored Batman, a battle damage version. I will be making a video about that. And of course, we have this one, which is a completely new figure, being Ghost Rider. This is by far the best exclusive out of the 3, and I would imagine will be the most popular, unless, you know, the Batman fans just go crazy. Yeah, this should be out pretty soon. Also, you know, it's scheduled for release by the end of 2017, which is an awesome release date, and you have to thank the fact that it is an exclusive for that release date, because otherwise this thing wouldn't be coming out until next summer, I would imagine. So that's very cool. Hopefully it's a good price. I don't think it should be over like $220. Being that it is an exclusive, though, they might put the price up a bit more. And then there is a Sideshow is also making a version of Ghost Rider as well, so they kind of have competition here. Hot Toys one, though, is by far the better, and definitely the one I'd recommend. So that's my video review, talking about the Hot Toys Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider. Let me know what you guys think of the figure, and thanks so much for watching.